This is WWL New Orleans, 870 on your AM dial. Stay tuned for the best in news and music.
Asleep. I didn't mean it to bother you. I got it down low.
The whole place is shaking.
Hey, Cat!
Morning, Mr. Gant. What's that in your hand?
You know dang well what it is. Happy day!
Can I bring you anything, Mama?
Gotta be it. He said the place with all the plants.
Yeah, you say how we were supposed to water all the plants?
Yeah, with a tin can for $60 a month. What do you want, a built-in sprinkler system?
All right, I'll set up housekeeping. You check in at the hiring home.
Right.
Morning, Mr. DeSalvo. I'm not late, am I?
Not late, no. Not early either.
think it is, we may be in for an epidemic.
I wonder how it happened.
A parakeet, canary, parrot.
Oh, my down.
But daylight?
But the man always live by the clock.
If he wants to get paid, he damn well better. Now go on, get that boat out of here. Take it back up the bayou. And don't you come back here till after nightfall, you hear me?
Ah, maybe you send us away because you don't got the money.
Did you ever not get paid yet?
Adios.
Adios, burro, que tú eres.
Te vale la noche. Vámonos, amigo.
Pata diablo.
Excuse me. I'm looking for work.
Oh, we got a lot of work here. Here we got too much work.
Swell.
You say swell. What's so swell? Me. I do it all.
You try George's? Hercules George. Around the corner. In back, stall 3.
Hey, thanks. Shall I tell him you sent me?
George won't hire you 'cause of me. He just needs the help.
Thanks anyway. For Hercules George.
Just look up here.
I understand maybe you can use some extra help.
$2 an hour.
Well, when can I start?
You're already out.
Man, with these glasses, you ain't missing nothing.
Who's she?
Randy Spring. There's a bird routine at Jack's. 4 shows a night. Wish I was a bird.
Well, how about that, huh?
Silicosis. No doubt about it. Parrot fever. Last epidemic back in 40, we lost 27 people. Would you call the local public health office, please? Tell them to wire the Communicable Disease Center in Atlanta. I'll call in as soon as I've talked to Andre Beauchamp's widow.
Two coffees and donuts. Tom, look, you sit at that counter and I'll sit at this one.
You don't like canal number 5? How about you the lake trout?
Look, all I asked you was to get something temporary till I got you a union card. I didn't expect you to start wrestling with fish.
Why not? Look, I only had 3 years at Yale. Hey, I got the job.
I'm glad.
What's her idea?
He was cut out for finer things.
Buzz had something already all lined up at the docks, $85 a week minimum.
So I could have handled it till I got you on. You didn't have to degrade yourself.
Who's degraded? Look, we can't all make $85 a week, can we? I'm Todd. He's Buzz.
How do you do?
Hey, how about these, huh?
Now, don't stuff yourself. New Orleans famous for good food. And tonight, oh, just put those pompanos in those paper bags. Grease up those duck presses, because these two hungry cats are going to make that scene.
I guess we sound like a couple of tourists, huh?
Oh, no.
Well, we are. What are some of the better places?
Well, the town's just full of them.
Why don't you show them to us? Look, we're old friends, aren't we? Didn't you send me to see George? Okay, the least I can do is take you to dinner. Why not?
Well, I just couldn't.
Look, no big deal. Just dinner. About 8. Now, where do we pick you up?
I'll be here. I mean, pick me up here, just outside.
What was that all about?
Well, she'll know all the good places.
Oh, yeah? She didn't look like any pearl messer to me.
All right, so what's the harm?
No harm, just a question. What did you say her name was?
Forgot to ask.
My name is Stafford. I hope you'll excuse me. I'm a health doctor with the Public Health Service. I'm sorry to have to stop you like this, here at a time like this. Believe me, I wouldn't unless the need was critical. Does anyone in your family own a parakeet or a parrot?
Why are you bothering me?
Your husband died of pneumonia, didn't he? Well, that pneumonia was induced by the virus of psittacosis, parrot fever. Now you see why I must ask these questions. Psittacosis is highly contagious and is transmitted not alone by birds, but from person to person once it gets started. Now, can you think back, Mrs. Beauchamp? Give me as full a picture as you possibly can about the places your husband might have visited or the people in the past 2 weeks. A pet shop somewhere, the zoo.
I'll try, Doctor. I'll try. I swear they ought to drag that old showboat out and sink it. Should have burned it myself a long time ago. Set a torch to it. It's an abomination sitting out there in the mud. It's an affront to decent people.
Please, Mama, don't talk about it. It only upsets you. Anyway, you don't mean that, what you said. You remember 3 years ago when they was going to paint it up and put a jazz band on it and sail it up and down the river at full moon on summer excursions? Well, you almost went out of your mind. They can't take that old showboat away, you said. They just don't dare take it away. You remember, Mama? Sometimes I think that's why you want us to stay here, in this shack. just so you can keep an eye on that old boat.
You've got a harsh voice, Carrie.
Mama, I've been invited out. And I got nothing to wear. Mama, I said I've been invited out. With 2 nice boys.
2 boys?
They're safety numbers, ain't that what you tell me?
2 ain't safe. 2's twice as bad as 1. You tell them you can't go.
I already told him I can.
Well, you just tell them you can't.
No, Mama.
I said you tell them you can't go.
No!
What did you say to me?
Please, Mama. I gotta go out sooner or later, sometime in my life. Please let it be tonight.
I tell you ain't gonna go tonight or the other night.
You hear me? Mama, please, I need some money just to get it dressed.
Any money now, you
Please! Please, Mama!
get off that bed!
Get off that bed! I knew you in the blood. I knew it's in your blood.
You get back in here! Hear me? Get back in here!
You remember? I paid you back. Every penny by me. I'm ashamed to have to ask you again, Mr. Gant. But could you make me a little loan? I'm going to do the town with 2 young men. Sam, what would you do? I mean, I simply just can't go out looking like this now, can I? Sam, does Mr. Gant still keep that old money bag? You be my witness, Sam. I'm taking a loan for exactly $80. They're all lovely, but I didn't want to spend quite that much. I had no idea things were so expensive. You see, it's been a while since I shopped.
This is the better dress salon. Now, we do have a young marrieds department, smart casuals, you know, to fit the average pocketbook, 3rd floor.
Third floor? I think I'll take a look down there.
We also have an economy department in the basement. But if you'll give me some idea of how
Well,
much
I didn't want to spend too much.
Well, it's none of my business, miss. But you have enough right there to buy out the entire better dress salon.
Can't be. Why not? Maybe she uses homing pigeons. No, not the act, the girl. Hey, isn't this the girl you were telling me about, the one who put Pier 63 behind quota today? Yeah, but we couldn't see her face. You're complaining? Can't be, that's all. Can't be what? Ginny Barstow, Piers 22. Oh, come on. All right, I said it couldn't be, but you have to allow for a few changes here and there. You know, I mean, she was only 14, but it looks like Ginny Barstow. What do you say? You game? Let's go in. Yeah?
I knew it.
Who'd have ever thought you'd turn out like this?
Not your old man. He had a standing bet, 5-1. Anybody that wanted any action, I'd get the electric chair before I was 18.
17.
And I always figured I should have taken that bet, but I figured if nobody else would, why should I? See? No confidence.
Do you know what? You've changed. Not just gotten older, but really changed.
Buddy of mine, this fellow I travel with, Tod, his old man. When I went to work for him, he said something to me. Like some guys can hear a sermon on Sunday and knock over a bank on Monday, but once in a while, you really listen, because you need to. And if the right guy says the right thing at the right time, bam, it's like somebody pushed the button at Cape Canaveral. He said, Buzz, the true measure of a man, what he really is what he'd do if he knew he'd never be found out. Never be rewarded, never be punished. Who wants to be serious?
back to a doctor. You should see yourself, Mr. Gant. Your face is all bloody.
I had an accident.
I only spent $63 of it. The rest is all here. You must have been beside yourself with worry, but I just never had a chance to get back to you after I went shopping. See, I had to meet them at 8 o'clock. Anyway, I never let it out of my sight all evening. Even while I was eating. I held it in my lap. That's a big responsibility, you know. Funny, things work out. Here, this was to be my big evening. Instead, I just kept fretting for it to end. So as I could come back and tell you, Mr. Gant, don't worry. Nobody stole your money. It's all here. $4,500. Less than 63 I spent. If you don't mind my saying, Mr. Gant, I don't think it's very smart of you to keep that much money just laying around in the drawer.
What are you talking about anyway?
If you don't believe me, just count it.
I never seen that thing before in my life.
Well, right there. That's what I took it from.
Don't you come around here saying it, did you hear me? You go on, you get out of here. You get out, you take that money with you, and don't you never come back, you hear me? Go on, get out. Come here, come here. That's your money. Now go on, get. Don't you go back till I send for you. There. I guess that ought to prove it to you. Get it.
Out.
I still think you was wrong not to let her bring that money back here, because you see, she'd left it, she'd gone on about her business and not said nothing to nobody.
Either way, it's a bad deal. If you'd have kept the gate locked like you're supposed to, this would never have happened.
The gate was locked, she come through the mud.
And you was drunk again?
Well, no, not me, I wasn't drunk. I was, the heat that's on the sun, you know, I just have a little liquor and the sun kind of gets to me.
You've never been got to like I'm going to get to you if there's any more trouble about this.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Suppose we'd have taken it. She's the kind of stupid girl that'll talk all over town. Now she's holding more money than she ever saw in her whole life. She'll hang on to it and keep quiet. But even if she goes to the police, they know that she stole it. And they come around here, look around, find nothing, and you'll say, what would an old drunk like me be doing with $4,000? They'll believe you. With her, they'll know that she stole the money someplace in town. Anybody poor as she is with that kind of money, why, she's in trouble. Anyway, she won't keep it very long. Eddie will grab it from her, make it look like a stick-up, and that's the end of it. Unless she gives us more grief.
I wanted money. Now I just want to get rid of this. There's a curse on this. I can feel it burning my hands and a fever up my spine.
Carrie, wait a minute. Now, one thing at a time. You said there was a man?
Faster I walked, but faster he walked. When I ran, he ran.
doorman at 5 o'clock in the morning? How about some scrambled eggs?
Look, did you see anybody outside?
This is the witching hour. The night people have dug in, and the day people are waiting for the message. 6 o'clock alarm. How do you like them? Hard or runny? Oh, if that's the way you feel about it, how about some waffles?
So, what are you supposed to do? Bring in a body?
Well, like they say, some guys can't even get arrested. Anyway, why kick Carrie? You're left holding the bag, that's all. With over $4,000 in it. So some guy chased you. If the cops tried to shag down every guy that chased a girl, he'd need a track team.
Why don't they make Mr. Gant come down here and admit it's his money?
Because there's no proof that you got it from Gant. And if it was his, it's for sure he wouldn't have just given it to you.
You don't believe me either.
Baby, I just don't know anybody that'd turn his back on that kind of money.
Unless he's trying to hide something.
How am I going to explain this to Mama? She won't believe me either.
Just show her the money.
No, I mean about staying out all night. Todd, she's going to be just furious.
Let's go.
Look, Carrie, I'll go with you, but not till later. Not till the bank's open. You can make sure that money's in safe hands.
You're the guy that wants to do the driving all the time.
Remind me to change all that. For those eggs now.
What about that other guy?
He ran out.
I don't think we'll ever go in the banking business. The hours are short. The work stinks.
Murdoch?
Yeah.
Buzz Murdoch?
Yeah.
You know a girl named Randy Spring?
Yeah, why?
She's just been taken to the hospital.
Public health service. Well, Stan, I just left you a few hours ago.
Was she coughing at all when you were with her?
Yeah, a little. Why?
You'd better come with me.
You okay?
Yeah.
Oh, will you, call Pier 63 and tell him I'll be a little late, huh? parrot fever?
We've even found it in petrels from Iceland. Birds of paradise from New Guinea. Doves in Central Park. Take off your jacket and your shirt, please.
You know, she didn't even recognize me, Doc.
It's the critical stage. She's delirious.
You mean she could die?
People do. It's all right, just roll up your sleeves. All right. Last night, when you were with her, did she talk at all about her act? The parrot?
Well, we sort of hashed over old times. She said something about this parrot not being as sharp as the last one.
Then this is a new one.
Well, I imagine so by the way she talked.
She didn't say where she got it, did she?
Didn't you ask her?
As you saw, she's not able to talk right now, and we're fighting time.
You mean this is an epidemic?
Unless we can cut it off now, by isolating the cause and the source of supply. Actually, we know where Randy Spring bought that parrot, but we need a confirmation from her to put pressure on the dealer. She's in no condition now to talk to anyone.
What dealer?
The pet store where she bought the bird. I quarantined the place last night. Police are working on the owner, but so far no luck. He won't tell us where he gets them. He's probably not the only one involved. His books are phony, clearly falsified. It's the law. Dealer's required to keep a record for 2 years of each transaction involving birds of the citizen family. Now you know why. Breaking the law, smuggling in exotic birds can be big business. That parrot of Miss Springs, she must have paid at least $100 for it. You can buy that same bird in Mexico for $1. If you can avoid duty and the expense of a 4-month quarantine by smuggling it in, it's a big profit margin. Bring in 100 birds, you can count on $10,000 clear. Well, I'll have you driven back. If you start to have any fever or prolonged headaches before the end of next week, you get in here fast.
What about Jeannie?
She's young. That's in her favor.
I bet you Mr. Gann is watching us right now.
Good.
Carrie won't say nothing. Get below. Open it up. I'm keeping them both down there until tonight. Mr. Buz, please, sir. Please, sir, you wouldn't... Let him see on deck. And lead him down. Yes, sir.
Carrie would like you to come into town and explain a few things to the police.
Open it again. Open it. In. How's it in? Shut it. Shut it. Lock it. I said lock it.
is it? What do you want?
Where's Carrie?
Who are you?
Excuse me, Mrs. Purcell. Buzz Murdoch. I'm sorry if I seem a little short on manners, but I'm missing a buddy, like. He disappeared, you know. He's not at Hercules, Georgia, and your daughter's not at work either.
So you're one of the two.
One of the two what?
One of the two trash. They kept my daughter out all night.
Look, Mrs. Purcell, I have a real thin veneer. Don't scratch it.
Men, you're good for barnyards. Let me hear your crow, boy. Let me hear.
Something's bugging you awful bad, Mrs. Purcell.
Get out of here. I know your kind. You think you can strut in here and take anything you want? Get out.
You never saw me before, lady. How do you know what my kind is? No, it's not me that's bugging you. Let me tell you something, lady. I said to Todd, why do we want to take a kid out like Carrie? Who needs it? But after seeing this setup, I got my answer. Carrie needs it.
You heard the man.
Gant! Gant! Come on.
Hey, what are you trying to do? Bust this your door down?
Come on, open the gate, will you?
Just a minute now. Take it easy. You'll last longer, young fella. All right, now what do you want?
Murdoch's my name, and I got a buddy missing here because he's not up there.
I don't know where your buddy
Where's
is.
the girl, Carrie?
I never seen nobody. Hey, wait a minute. Hold on there, will you please, sir?
Todd?
I'm telling you, there ain't nobody on board but just me and Sam, that's all.
Well, then maybe Sam could tell me.
Yeah, well, Sam ain't got too large a vocabulary.
The parrot?
Yeah, you see, I picked Sam up in the dry tortugas, yeah. And I brought him north with me. Sometimes I hate that doggone bird. He just sits in there, thinking things over, looking very wise, turning things over in that old head of his, you know, and then laughing. Laughing because he knows doggone well he'll still be sitting there, thinking things over when you and me is dead and buried and laid in our graves.
What do you think Sam's going to say about those?
Oh. Todd! Hold on, son. You are the most big-headed doggone man I've ever laid my eyes on all my bones.
Todd!
I'm right here.
The noise. They'd hear it all the way down to Bourbon Street.
Right here. We don't pay much mind to noises. Besides, there's an offshore wind. Going out toward the river. And the one here, they think it was a truck. So don't gamble, boy. Just do what you're told to do.
Look, mister, I don't care what your business is. Now, let's say you got a couple of guests aboard. So why don't you let them go, and the three of us will walk off, and that'll be the end of it.
Now, that sounds real nice and reasonable. You just turn around, walk straight ahead.
Carrie and me, we used to sit here watching them honkers flying north. Teal, muscovy, mallard. I could help but look in her face that she was flying right straight along with him, flying right up to heaven. That's wing to wing, wingtip to wingtip, flying way up, waiting for the wedge. For him? Oh, sure. You know, all he knows about birds, all he wanted was to catch 'em, cage 'em, sell 'em.
Look, will you take me to Tod and Carrie now?
Sure. Come on. Come on, son.
Mama.
The doctor come when you was talking to the police. He said they're gonna tow that old abomination out of here and burn it.
That's the only thing they can do, Mama. A lot of birds they kept in there were sick.
I should have burned it myself a long time ago. Flames and fire, they purify.
They also make ashes, Mama.
That's all to the good. Then you see what comes out of it. Either it stays ashes, or something better rises. Carrie, I've been a terrible mother to you. I've been a worse abomination than that old boat.
Mama.
No, Carrie, I never told you before. There was a time when that boat used to ride up and down the river, just shining with lights. Music you could hear all the way to Baton Rouge. I met a man there. From out of town he was. I wasn't even your age, Carrie, but I loved him. And there was a bridal suite on the boat in those days. Fanciest thing you ever saw. Like the near corner of heaven. And there was this bed in it. Had swans on the headboard. It was as big as a field of clover. And he said to me, Mary, I'm gonna buy you that bed and everything else there is from Maine to Minnesota. He used to like to rhythm his words like that. He bought me a lot of things. Because he was free with his money. In fact, he was free with his love. But he already had himself another wife. And a family. Up north in a city called Racine. All this time, Carrie. All this time I've been taking out my hatred. And the only decent thing he ever did give me. You, child. I've been wallowing in my hatred. Sleeping in that same bed. Looking at that same boat. Carrie. Tell me, child, can I stop now? Can I look away? Can I make you smile?
Hello there. Hi, Doc. Mrs. Purcell says that these swans are contaminated too. Wants them towed out and burned with the rest of the stuff.
You better hurry up. That tug's almost got her off the bottom.
Miss Spring wanted you to know she can have visitors starting in the morning.
Thanks, Doc.
Just one thing, though. She suggested you might be thinking about it in the meantime.
Yeah?
She said to tell you she'd decided to change her act. What can she use, she wants to know, instead of birds?
Well, I'll tell her that a question of that importance might take considerable research.
Screen Gems film presentation from Columbia Pictures, Herbert B. Leonard, executive producer.